Hope Channel, changing lives.
Hello, my lovely family. It's another time on Family Life. Your program, my program specially designed for families to educate, to inform, and to support today's families to be able to overcome the challenges that are confronting them. It's another wonderful time. You see, I love you so much, and I know you also love Family Life. And so today we are here with you. We want to have a wonderful discussion with you. This discussion is not easy, but we will try. And we believe you will enjoy it. And so just as you have always been doing for us, just call your friend, a family you love so much, to join us. Tell them it's time for Family Life on Hope TV. So before we begin, I have special guests with me. And today, you will feel it. They are superb, wonderful. Also, I move straight to my usual guest. I always come with him. When we come, it's not easy. Pastor Josiah.
Yes, madam.
You are welcome.
Thank you.
So he is Dr. Pastor Josiah Andor. He's a lecturer, he's a pastor, he's a counselor, he's everything. When you want him, you can have anything that you want from him concerning families, life, and relationships, everything, he's there. And then we have Madam Saki Grace. Madam Grace Saki, you are welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, last week he was here with us. She helped us to be able to understand very well what infidelity means. Today we are here to discuss cheating in marriage. Cheating in marriage. Specifically, how to manage a cheating spouse. Does this sound something? You know, we have to talk about it. We cannot just say that because we are in a Christian community, we don't cheat. Don't forget, the Bible said, when the children of God saw that the children of men were beautiful, they went in to marry, and that is where our problem began. Now the world, women and men, they are so handsome and beautiful. This is Family Life.
Yes.
And just as you always do, I want to know about you.
Okay. I'm Dr. Josiah Andor, married and with 2 children.
Wow.
Lecturer, love and life consultant, and that's it.
Madam Saki, your viewers still wants to know you.
Okay. I'm a licensed counselor in Ghana. I have 4 adult children.
Good.
3 are married, left the last one. And 6 beautiful grandchildren.
You are all welcome.
Thank
if
you.
our viewers will just turn around and come back and see how we'll be able to manage the cheating spouse. Don't go away. Just call a friend and join us. We will be back.
And I'm speaking on behalf of the Stewards of Christ Pathfinders Club. After 2 infections became 100 and hundreds into thousands, the government of Ghana instituted a lockdown, halting most activities of the Pathfinder Club. Glory be to God for bringing us together again. On the 19th of September, we invite you to the 17th
My name is Hubert Ousuansa, Lebanon SDA. All youth programs. We therefore invite all youth to fraternize with us on the 19th of September 2020 to observe our 70th year anniversary. Please observe all COVID-19 protocols. Thank you.
Mini anum Ghana funny area see a information na. Munyanum akantwe for maybe na edu munchen. No kasem. In any age na say pathfinder for esan say. Yare kudo coronavirus ama yenhye mudie ni na ye basa na eye ya ye pa ara. Enu inti ye di eni je kai mo say. Emfa oni de yare di abreyen bia. Afi ye 70th anniversary celebration. Enti ye to insafre obi biara say. Omra Lebanon akantwe for shade no nembe sum. E say obi biara say. Only in Shishaya, ye dear go a confa sayare when the massive
Ghana can do a trapper in front. A chamber and do the auto. A sham can no copy me here for say COVID-19 of day one. Neighbor don't let you and the part one was 70th year anniversary near was selling to. I can't get any trap and you black. Near COVID-19 run. You cheap.
Salvation and service. Obeying Christ. Christ our powerful choice. Ahoya.
Virtually, so you can call. There will be a time that will allow you to call. You can also send your WhatsApp message. Very soon we will put on the WhatsApp lines and then the call lines for you to be able to call to send your contribution. And if you have questions, my guests are here to support you. And so we'll move on straight. How will you be able to detect that your partner is cheating? We want to know.
Maybe cheating. One common one is withdrawal.
Okay.
You know, so that you see in marriage, the two of you are more or less together, enjoy each other's company. You always want to be close to each other. But you observe that this time around, your wife is withdrawing. Your wife doesn't really seem to enjoy your presence. Your husband doesn't adore you the way he used to. And so you realize that this element of withdrawal could imply that he is getting, or someone else is getting his attention. Someone else is getting her attention.
Couldn't be that the person is sick, or
yeah, of course. If it is for a week, then we can say, okay, he may be having issues at work and all that. But if it continues, then you realize that no, there is really something wrong. So you can see that within the marriage, there is something happening to your husband that you don't seem to get. The person is not the way he was. The person is not the way she was. So there's withdrawal. We can talk about increase in disagreements. There are disagreements in every marriage. I mean, there is no marriage without disagreements. There's no marriage without fight, because you come from two different backgrounds. But the moment you realize that, it appears every single thing you are fighting over. It's like, and especially, so when it happens that way, you ask yourself, is it me who has changed, or it is him, or it is her? Now, if you assess yourself and you realize that, no, the person seems to be disagreeing on almost everything, probably things that we used to agree on. We want to attend the program. We want to go for prayer service. This time around, he doesn't want to go. This time around, he prefers it this way. So it's like he's always disagreeing on things that we plan to do together. Chances are that something else is making him to do that. And it could be another woman or another man. So that is another sign that your partner could be, having an affair or cheating on you. We can talk about reduced sex drive or sex desire in the home. This is my husband. I know him.
Pastor, when you finish, I have a lot of questions to
go ahead. Seriously. You see, this is my husband. I know him. I know that longest 3 days he would come knocking at my door. Or I know that longest 1 week, if I don't go, she would come. This time around, I don't see it. It is either the person is getting sick, or the person is probably getting it somewhere. So if there is, of course, let me say this, with age, it reduces. That is natural, but it doesn't reduce at once. From 4 times a week to once in a month at once.
So sudden
change in sex drive, and when it has to do with reduction, you know that no, the person may be getting it somewhere. So it is an indication. Then when I was talking about withdrawal, there is something that I didn't mention, which is very, very common, especially with the working class. The person works, assuming that you have a husband who works in the usual 8 to 5 schedule. And then you know that by the traffic, you calculate the traffic, you know that he should be home by 6:30. But now he gets home at 8:30, 9:30. And he's not the type who you would say really does some other work, who could stay behind the computer and the time will stop. There is that type of work.
But Pastor, couldn't be that there are times you don't feel like coming home?
That is the problem. What is scaring you at home? That is a problem.
Maybe the person is frustrated, the person is not happy at home.
Cheating, or may not be cheating. Now, last week, those who watched realized that cheating does not have to be only getting involved with someone sexually. So, look, every human being has a need to share frustrations with somebody. Whom are you sharing them with? And that is where the problem is. So you lock yourself in the office. It's past working hours. You lock yourself in the office alone. What specifically are you doing? There is that need to share with somebody. Whom are you sharing with? And that is of beginning something in your life. Because you may, in the course of that, go through your phone, start chatting on pages, and then you get a friend on the page, and then you start opening up your frustrations to the person. And the moment you become emotionally attached to someone more than your spouse, you are cheating. Last week that was made clear. So for me, and that's why I'm saying that The fact that the person comes home late does not mean the person is cheating.
Traffic is there.
There's traffic.
So every day there could be traffic.
Yes,
on the road.
So the moment you...
Madam Saki is shaking her head. No, yes, every day there could be traffic on the road, so I can come home late.
And that is, you see, so the moment it becomes a norm in the home.
Yeah, exactly.
The moment it becomes a norm in the home, you can be sure that there is likely something else that is happening, which, especially when you do not know exactly what it is.
Okay.
For example, I mean, I'm staying late, and then I text my wife, I'm staying late for so and so reason. And so when I get home late, I am here tonight. She knows I won't be home till after I am done with. But let's say we are done, and then I get home at 1 a.m.
Okay.
Where specifically am I going? Okay. Would I tell her, and that is the next thing, the next sign that your spouse might be cheating, when you see increased secrecy.
Okay.
The person is much more secretive. So the person is, for example, someone who previously didn't keep a password on the phone now has a frightening pattern. You have, on the phone. No, so what exactly? Fine, it may be because of the children. We give so many excuses.
Yes.
Because of the children, because of this, because of that.
Or maybe you have important messages that you
to receive. I don't necessarily have to stand beside you to finish and give me my phone back.
Okay.
I can go about my normal duties. When you finish, you bring it to me. Someone who has something to hide would stand by you, ensure that you finish the call, he takes his phone away.
Maybe with plain mind.
So the moment you see a consistent increase in secrecy,
okay.
I mean, the person is being much more secretive. Then the question is, what could he or she be hiding? Well, he could be hiding some surprise he's coming to give you. That is fine. But we are just saying, when you begin seeing some of these signs, chances are that there may be somebody else taking the attention of your husband or your wife.
Okay. Let me get to Madam Grace. Mrs. Grace Saki, now you have said indeed it has proven that the person is cheating. All indications, maybe the attitude, some even come to the point where you can even see on the phone. How do you manage the situation?
Okay. What we should know is that we are all human beings.
Okay. So please, before you go, Pastor and Mrs. Saki, you will share this.
Sure.
Everybody will tell us something because we don't want to fight. We want to save marriages. Now that you have told us all these signs, we are going to look at it too. Sorry, please don't go.
Okay.
Yes,
so
madam.
the fact that we are all sinful beings,
okay,
you must have that at the back of your mind, that your husband or your wife is also human.
Okay.
So, like we started saying, you don't need to confront in a negative way, but you find a very diplomatic way to find out from your spouse what you are seeing and whether there's any problem that you can help solve.
Okay.
If you are lucky and the spouse opens up to you, then you must let that spouse know that the first and foremost person that this sin go against is God. And so the first person you must go to is God for mercy. And so we must be merciful. We must seek for mercy from God. Apart from that, you must also know that your partner is also is having challenges with his relationship with God at that particular moment. And so you need to support him in prayer the more.
Okay.
It is not easy to accept an erring partner back. But again, it could be you. And how would you want to be treated? This is a time that you need to demonstrate agape love, an unconditional love. Because the Bible says that what? Love covers multitudes of sins. And so you must be able to forgive your partner, you should also be able to win him back. For example, when David was in the bush and looking after the sheep, he went after the bear, he went after the lion. So what we say is that that person is your covenant property. So go after that thief who is coming to steal. Don't leave it.
Please, we should go for the other person coming to steal.
Yes, go after your covenant property.
Fight.
Okay, so what I don't think what she's saying is that you should go fighting. I mean, assuming that you realize your husband is talking to one particular lady all the time. You pick the lady's number from his phone and then you call her.
Yes.
Please keep off my husband.
I went to a place and the lady was, Madam Betty, please help me this. I was just coming and then I met a lady driving. As soon as the lady saw, I said, please stop. You, I'm warning you. I have been seeing you sitting in my husband's car. I said, oh. I said, yes, it is yours. So she started threatening the girl. And the girl said, I felt so bad, embarrassed. I don't even sit in anybody's car. I believe this is the type of going forward you said we should go for.
No. What we are no. It is what we are saying, that there are some people who will say, because you have cheated, I'm leaving.
Okay.
So what she's saying is that the other person is a common enemy to the two of you.
Okay.
So it's
What
like the two of you need to work together to ensure that that common enemy is out of the way.
So how do you do it?
So I believe that's what
exactly.
So you see, like she was saying, sometimes it is certain circumstances, certain situations. By the way, this is not to in any way excuse cheating on your spouse.
Okay.
But sometimes you can realize that it is certain circumstances. For example, let me just give an example. Okay, I want to pick from what was discussed last week. The issue of somebody who is cheating on the wife or on the husband simply because he wants to be adventurous. Okay. Like a caller, I mean, someone texted and said she got married as a virgin, and because the husband had more experience, and it's like so for that reason, she may not be able to give the husband what he wants, for example. And then this husband will get a certain, I mean, maybe sex style, sex position out there. And because she doesn't give that, he would be going out there. In that instance, the two of them can work together to help him get what he wants at home. Okay. This is just an example. Okay, it's just an example. It may not be the best example, but it's just an example to say that the two people can actually work together to save their home.
Okay. And so this happens when the other partner have agreed that we need to work on it.
Yes. Okay. And secondly, he may not have agreed, but you should also examine yourself whether you have also contributed. Well, it's like he's saying, sex could be one. Maybe financial problems in the home could be attitudes, communication, finding time for each other. What is it that I may have contributed? It is not to say that you are taking the blame upon yourself, but because you are in it together and that is your covenant property, you are also the person's covenant property. You must be able to fight for yourself, because Malachi says that God is a person who brought the two of you together, and so that you will produce godly children. So because of that, you have to find out if you, who is not the erring partner, also have contributed, and then you solve that problem.
Okay, so we'll go for a quick break and then we'll come and continue, because we need to know how best we can manage the situation in such a way that we will win our wife back, we will win our husband back, and then the common enemy will be driven away. But how we drive that away? Viewers, we will be back. We are going for just a short break to see how best we can drive the common enemy away from the family, and so that we can have our spouses back to ourselves. We will be back.
Nyame ba me mo akwa ba bio eba let's pray dwabrem ha.
We are praying together with you, and so send a praise report. What is it that the Lord has done for you?
Eha na ahotifo boasetowo. Wona wo kura Nyankopon ahyede ne Yesu Kristo gidiem.
Awo Nyankopon fem no ansa bibi be ye adwuma no agye nimpa no de ne kura mewurade.
Sa.
Ya na nimpa ya adwen ye ense ebetumi aye no egengen bia
na che se fi ade bon fiti ase fi edi no Nyankopon ni nipa wa pam enye se o de ma Israelfo na emomo ni nipa nkasa wa pam.
I'm calling to pray for my family members who are outside the nation and those who are in the nation.
Let's pray. Showing this on every Friday at 6:30 p.m.
Did you know the East Central Africa Division, the Southern Africa Indian Ocean Division, and the West Central Africa Division have designated the second Sabbath of every September as a Hope Channel Promotional Sabbath? This year, the Hope Channel Promotional Sabbath falls on September 12, 2020, across all three divisions. The mission of Hope Channel in Africa is to offer God's good news of a better life for today and for eternity by presenting Bible truth in the African context through storytelling, music, and nature. Hope Channel has a continent-wide channel known as Hope Channel Africa and national channels in Kenya, Tanzania, Ethiopia, Malawi, Zambia, and Ghana. And this year, we're developing new channels for Zimbabwe and Namibia. The media centers of the three African divisions based in Abidjan, Cote d'Ivoire, Babcock University in Nigeria, Nairobi, Kenya, and Pretoria, South Africa, produce high-quality programming for Hope Channel Africa. God is using Hope Channel to change lives across the continent of Africa. Tens of thousands of precious souls have been baptized in Tanzania through evangelistic efforts by Hope Channel Tanzania, and other African channels have also broadcast major evangelistic efforts, sharing God's good news, leading many souls to Jesus and to confess their love for Jesus in baptism. Hope Channel is a tool for evangelism. The Global Hope Channel Network now has 59 channels broadcasting in over 70 languages. Invite your family, friends, and neighbors to watch Hope Channel. Your support for Hope Channel is greatly appreciated. May God bless you this Hope Channel Sabbath and bless your family.
Once again, you're welcome to the program Take a Break.
If it is God you want to follow, you must follow the Bible. Okay. If it is men you want to follow, then you can follow your pastor or your church, but I guarantee you, they have no heaven to put you in.
If we trust in God, when we know that God will help us in every situation that we find ourselves, then we bring God in the boat.
Take a break, showing this on every Friday at 6 p.m.
You are welcome, my lovely viewers. In fact, we are still on cheating, how to manage a cheating spouse. It's not husbands alone, women also cheat. So how do you manage a cheating spouse? I'm Mrs. Betty Adam, your usual host, and I have with me here Pastor Josiah Ando. He's a doctor, Dr. Pastor Josiah Ando. And then we have Madam Grace Saki. They are here to support us to know how best we can handle a spouse when we see that indeed the person is cheating. Whether he has agreed or not, we need to manage the situation very well. That is where we are now. And so we will also open the phone lines very soon for you to contribute. And then the WhatsApp line will also be given out. So you can also contribute to the discussion. Let's get back to Mrs. Saki. Mrs. Saki, in fact, practically, I want to know how you can manage this situation. You have mentioned so much, but we want you to mention more. Tell us more, because at times it's not easy. It's very difficult. For better, for the man that you really know, it's yours alone. Now somebody somewhere is also enjoying. There is one that somebody said, "Me, no matter what you do to me, this is a situation, the woman is determined to give birth to whether the man likes it or not, I will deliver for you. So you continue to be my partner." It's such a situation. If you are a woman and you are, it's very heartbreaking. But how do you manage it so that you win your husband back and the family gets to its toes again? Madam.
Okay, first and foremost, we are Christians. So I would say increase prayer, increase fellowship with God. And then when the Holy Spirit is in you, it will equip you to withstand the shocks that you would have. Because fine, you may try to show agape love to your partner, but you realize that the more you get close, like was mentioned, the more withdrawals you have, the more secret calls you see, the more the phone is being guarded, and so on. But you have to take your mind off these things. You don't have to be looking at every bit of action to confirm the fact that the person is still cheating. So after loving the person, try to even forgive the person before the person asks for forgiveness. And then whatever you have been doing as a spouse that is positive, please continue to do it. If you cook and lay table, continue to do it. If you enjoy yourselves in bed 2 times a week, it is not easy, but try and do it. If you are losing trust in the man, pray for more strength to be able to trust. Because if you can't trust is basic to the relationship. If your trust is falling, then it means that relationship is also getting into trouble.
Madam Zaki, let me come in here. In fact, I have really seen that you were enjoying yourself somewhere. When you come home, can't I put on trousers and sleep on the bed?
Well,
can't I put on trousers and sleep on the bed?
You see, this is the issue. When something is getting destroyed, you have the option to either completely destroy it or repair it. What she's talking about is an intervention that will repair something that is being destroyed. In other words, you see, she mentioned something that, I mean, and like you are saying, you've found evidence. Let me tell you, look, we should not focus on evidence, I need evidence, I need to find out this, that. It may not be necessary in keeping the marriage. So this is a husband who is cheating, and by cheating, I want to go into all aspects, including not only sexual intercourse, but also having emotional affairs. All right. The moment you see those things, she's already talked about examining yourself. She's talked about prayer, and when you do that, you'll be strengthened the more. It is wrong to do more often. So the moment you meet him with this kind of face.
You sit in front of the gate and I'm waiting for you.
Exactly. No, someone may not even decide not to even talk. But the kind of face that the guy will come and meet at home, he will just not even want to come home. That is one thing. But let's assume that this guy has gone to misbehave himself, or this lady has gone to misbehave herself, and she comes home to a loving, welcoming husband, a loving, welcoming home. In the first place, that one alone is a rebuke to the mind. It's a rebuke. Oh, my wife is so loving, and I've gone to do this. That one alone can even make him confess to you. But the guy comes and you are showing a face. you are even encouraging him or her to do more. Like he comes and there's no food. Another person gives him food. And the more that person gives him that food, the more the person wins his heart or her heart. And, you know.
Because, Pastor, some women are very good, though. And some men are, you see, as soon as, hello, oh, now what, you put him there, remove the shoes for him, remove,
so if assuming
you are a wife, you don't do it.
Assuming I don't get it at home and I get it out there, I'll be happier going out there. That is it. That is not to say, you see, normally, I mean, whoever, there is nothing that makes it right. And I want to keep saying that. Nothing makes it right. No matter how your husband or your wife is treating you, do not cheat on him or her. But assuming I find out, it is the best time to rather reach out in love.
Okay.
Maybe you talk about wearing trousers because of disease. And for me, that is a challenge. And this is one reason why the next intervention, maybe after she finishes, I would want us to say is dialogue.
Okay.
For the two of you to sit down and talk about it. I don't know if I can go ahead or because I took the word from her mouth. You see, when I've found out that, look, my husband is doing this, my wife is doing this. I need to talk to the person. The mistake most of our husbands and wives do is that they do what we call confrontation. That is wrong.
There was a situation where there was, we've not used, we've not used condom before. Put on the condom, put on the condom. I said, what do I do? Didn't you go out and cheat? Because always he comes in 8. That is the confrontation aspect of the whole
someone would just go insulting, like directly attacking the person. We know it hurts. That is true. It hurts because you have been faithful to him and he is doing something out there. It hurts because you feel you are given all of you and he's having an emotional affair. He's having cyber sex with somebody else. It really hurts. No, it is not sweet. But if you follow that hurt, you would make a mistake and destroy everything. And so it is better to calm down. It's difficult to calm down, but it is better to do so.
The right way.
Exactly. So you calm down, you do what we've talked about, show love and all that. And then sit him down, sit her down. For example, you can talk to your husband or your wife. I want us to talk about something. You can even decide to sponsor him or her on a date.
Okay. To
some nice place. Of course, it depends on how the issue is, because some places you may not want to go create a scene. So depending on however the situation is, because it can be solved either in a bedroom or in a nice place on a date one evening, some candlelight dinner and all that. You do that and you say, I want us...
How does the candlelight dinner look like?
Oh, no. The lights are off and you have the candles and all that, and you are eating some nice meal. It's beautiful. It's romantic. I love you, my dear husband. I love you, my dear wife. Everything that you've done this, and I really appreciate it. I am a happy wife. There is something that I see coming which is making me unhappy. I see that there is this one particular person you keep calling every time. I'm not saying you are doing anything with her, but anytime I see it, it really hurts me. I wish you can do something about it, or you can let me know who the person is. There is no wife, no husband who will get angry over this nice speech, unless the person has a problem. So
Mrs. Saki wants to say something. Mrs. Saki, you coming?
Pastor, it can happen. It does, and a lot of women talk about it. It does. It does, but this is not to say it is not the right thing to do. Okay. But what I would say is that you do all these things, but I have a philosophy in life. Approach things most of the time a 50-50 situation. You may get what you want, you may not get what you want.
Exactly.
If you don't get what you want, so that it will not affect you psychologically and otherwise.
That's right.
So the best thing is what you have done. But somebody will ask, if I do it
and it doesn't yield anything, so you need to know that look, it's possible that you do all that you can and the person will still continue with what he's doing.
Pastor, before you go, let me, viewers, we want to let you have the lines, the WhatsApp lines, and then the call line for you to be able to contribute. So you can call on 055-968-0066, 055-968-0066, or 030-2959-065, 030-2959-065. You can also contribute. What do you think about how to manage a cheating spouse? You know, there is one, I used to have a friend. One day he said, what my wife is doing, I don't like at all. In fact, when I go out and cheat and I come home, I'm expecting that she will say something so that I get angry and relieve myself. But she won't say anything. And that alone is giving me... So I was asking, so why do you cheat? Or so you put that thing down? The point I'm coming here, there are some who are able to manage it very well and rather give the other partner who is doing it headache. And that is the situation where we need to move on. How do I give the other partner who is cheating headache so that he can come home and say, no, in fact, this thing, the way this woman or this man is treating me, if I'm not careful, I'll rather die. How do you do it?
I think that's what we said some of it earlier on. Yes. That continue to do the good thing. It is a home you are running. There are things you do towards each other. Continue to do those things. Continue to have the same relationship you have always been having with your spouse. Do not get unnecessarily irritated because, like we are saying, the person intentionally is doing that to cause you to be angry. So you do the best things that you continue to do. And since we are Christians, you cannot do any other thing apart from all these things. You need to pray. Because it is for me, I think that it is the enemy that is behind it. It is always the enemy that will cause us to sin, whichever sin. And therefore, we have to get the Spirit of God to help us to ward him off.
Okay. So is it always that you have to ask? You have to let the person know that he's cheating. Do you really let the cheating spouse know that I know that you are cheating, but I won't mind you? Do you have to let the person know that?
If you confront like this, what the evidence? You put out all the evidence, and the person says, I'm not cheating. Even you meet that individual, those individuals in a restaurant, the person says still, I'm not cheating. Because either we are in the same office, or we are from the same church, went for a church program, we closed and we said we wanted to buy feed, or it's a business meeting. You know? So for me, I said, you see,
save yourself the headache.
When you are young, sometimes when they say these things, you don't want to accept it, but it is the best way. Don't try, like we have all said before, follow evidence. Because you will see all the evidence, and the person has 1,000 reasons why that
what you saw is not what you saw.
You see? So
the person has reasons why what you saw is not what you saw. You saw us in front of a hotel. But that what you think you saw is not what you saw. And that one alone can bring another fight.
Somebody saw a lipstick. Oh, this one. He just bumped into me.
Exactly.
That is so. So it's a situation that really, but let's come to the side. Does it really have the cheating? Okay, does it really have effects on the marriage and the home? So we'll pick a call. Hello, my dear lovely caller. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm also fine. Your name and where you are calling from. Thank you so much for being with us on Family Life. Please, your name and where you are calling from.
It's been the first time my call has gone through.
Wow, serious.
Yes.
Then today you are a happy man.
I'm a happy man because I've been a TV presenter for years.
Wow.
And now being a caller is very difficult getting through.
Oh.
When I once sat at your position, people complained that they weren't getting through.
Oh,
And I now thought it is very difficult. And I'm in their shoes now. I thank God I'm through. Because I'm not in my original place of residence. I'm in a village.
Oh,
I thank
okay.
God I've been able to get through.
Okay, thank you. So your contribution, please. Are you asking the question or you are contributing?
Yeah, I will contribute and ask questions. Maybe my question will come later, but let me begin with my contribution.
Okay.
This is one of the most difficult topics.
Yes.
And I wish I will get to heaven then ask God. Because Jesus said, somewhere in Matthew 6,
okay.
a condition that one can, divorce a partner. Now, in our church, I'm a 7-day Adventist as well. If I look through my our manual, and I see divorce and remarrying, the whole thing is like a process, like a process. I read and I don't understand, and I consult pastors. They tell me, trying to explain, and I still don't understand. What evidence would you gather or would you have to determine that your partner is cheating? Is it the phone calls? Or the messages? Okay, so if a side chick, so to speak, in quotes, sent a message to your husband that, oh, last night was very sweet, does it mean they had sex? So Jesus said that until one commits adultery, nobody can seek divorce. So it means you must understand.
Okay.
Like what happened to Mary Magdalene.
Okay.
Before they are tempted to stone her. I don't think.
Okay. So thank you so much for your contribution.
So it is very, very difficult for anybody to determine, apart from catching the person behind them.
Okay.
That is period. And God said in Malachi that He hates divorce. So the original concept was for everybody to be together. If your husband or wife is eating, stick with him or her and stay forever and wait upon the Lord. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So he is also coming from the point that when the person is cheating, Bible says don't seek for divorce, be with the marriage. So you, the one inside, needs to find a way. I think from all that he's saying, you need to find a way of adjusting to the situation, even though it's not easy. Yes, so let's come to our discussion on what are the effects, because we need to know the effect that it brings to the family. Then that will inform people to be able to see what I'm doing, whether it's good or not. For all you know, some people have not even thought of that what they are doing really have effects. It has real effect on so many things in their family life. So please, Pastor, I'll come to you. There is a call, so let me quickly pick it. Okay. And then, hello, dear. Your name and where you are calling from, and you are welcome to Family Life. Thank you so much for reaching out to us. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, you are welcome to Family Life. Your name and where you are calling from. Good evening, madam.
Please, my name is Patience.
Okay. Patience, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Upper West.
Thank you so much. Your question or contribution?
My question is, I saw my husband cheating. I saw the girl's pictures. Yes, I saw the girl pictures and the chats with the girl. I removed the girl pictures and the chat. So, and I stored the number. When I stored the number, I saw the girl put my husband picture on DP. But when I saw it, I didn't say anything up to now.
Okay.
So what will I do? Should I confront him or I should keep quiet?
Okay, Patience. So my madam is here to support us. So hold on, they will give you an answer. What should she do?
I think that even Pastor said a bit of what should be done and also added a little to it. You have to, in a very diplomatic way, talk to your husband. But in the first place, is his action affecting anything in the house? If it is, you can start from that. Oh, we used to do A, B, C, D together, but now it is not happening that way. Is there anything you want me to do that I'm not doing? You find out from him if he has any issues in the house. And then after that, you ask him, something is bothering my mind. Can I ask you, is it that you are seeing another person? Is it that you are not accusing of anything? Is it that you are seeing another person or something else is engaging your attention apart from me? The answer would determine your next step. This is where most of the time we say it will be good to go into counseling, because there may be factors. And when those factors are addressed, your problem is better solved.
And yes, in other words, I mean, if you seek professional help, you will be able to understand exactly. I mean, the professional can help you understand the situation. What does your husband even see in the person? Is there something that you can do to take your husband away from the person? You know, that is one thing that for example, she does this, she does this, she does that. And then you begin doing that.
Okay.
And you are likely to get back his attention fully.
Okay. Because at times too, what Madam Grace was saying. Okay, let's pick another call. We'll get back to this. Hello. You are welcome. Family Life.
Yeah, thank you, madam.
Welcome. Your name and where you are calling from, and your contribution or suggestion.
Yeah, Emmanuel calling from Dalkode.
Okay. Your contribution or suggestion?
Madam,
yes.
I just want to ask some questions.
Okay.
If you can help me with that. But before the question, I hope if what you're doing, if you have it in P version to it will help many others.
Don't worry. There are more tree programs on fire on Hope TV, so you have a version of it. So let's go on with your contribution.
My question is, if my wife may be sitting on me, he will even use my phone to call the boyfriend. After that, he deleted the number from the phone.
Okay.
And I always see her using my phone doing secret call. Okay. But the moment he came to the room, I also no line on my phone. So such a woman, what can I do about that?
Hello.
If you get my question.
The last part, we didn't get it clear.
Hello?
Yes. Okay. So doctor is here, madam is here. Now the wife uses his phone to make calls, call the boyfriend,
to the other man,
and even delete it.
Yeah, I mean,
the question, if she deletes it, she deletes it. How come you know?
How come you know that? What you need to ask yourself is even whether your suspicion is right or not. Yeah. And that is the problem. Sometimes we may suspect something which may not be there, and then we end up creating it to be there. I'm not saying your wife or woman is not cheating on you, but assuming she is doing that, the interventions we have mentioned are that, first of all, you examine yourself, you make sure you increase prayer for God's help to be able to do well, and then you involve dialogue. Find a way of talking to her. There is this thing that you normally do, which I am unhappy about. Of course, you don't just go straight confronting. Okay. Let it be like you are making him understand how you feel about what she is doing. You are making her understand how you feel about what she's doing. And if it becomes serious, you consult a professional.
Okay, then so I think that probably you also use her phone sometimes. So you can also start from that point, that when I use your phone, I normally don't delete the calls I do. But I see you does that. Any reason? Then the answers.
But mommy, there are times for me, I will go for the silent one. There are times there is no need. The first woman who asks that she has seen the lady DP, the husband picture on the lady's DP, and
she can just decide to ignore.
Just you have ignored, so just ignore.
But in psychology, that's what we say. Passiveness also is not good, because there are times that after it builds up, your next action will be more explosive than if you have strategically.
So she can decide to ignore if she can actually kill it. You know, you ignore because, well, it doesn't really hurt me, it doesn't really bother me.
But if we have really been able to talk about the various effects on the
yes.
That's but there are a lot of questions over here. Maybe we'll find time and come and talk about, because it has so many effects on the. It can be an entire generation. So we'll have time to deal with that. But let's ask the various questions, the questions that has come. Let's try to answer them. Also, my name is Essie. I want to recommend Hope TV Family Live to all couples. This program speaks for me all the time. Thank you, my dear. Please, how can a spouse forgive a cheating partner? Because I know ladies can easily forgive a cheating man than the man forgiving the woman. So how can you forgive? Then let's pick two topics and then we'll see. Thank you so much for this educative topic. Sometimes it's better you don't ask at all. It really pains to know that your partner is cheating, but with God, I know you can stand. Those who are in will always accept their fault, so don't ask. Will not always. But mommy was telling something that if you don't ask and it builds up, it can explode. And so one day, so I think it's definitely, as they are recommending, it's better we open up the conversation.
If possible.
Okay.
So it's a case-to-case issue.
Okay.
It's a case-to-case issue.
So it depends on the situation. I think someone talks about forgiveness. By the way, forgiveness is a Christian virtue.
Very good.
No matter what, you ought to forgive. And because it's a Christian virtue, we would always need to seek help from above. I would entreat all Christians, and not only Christians. If you are not a Christian and you are watching, remember that forgiveness is like you taking medicine for yourself, to get healed yourself. If you refuse to forgive, it is like you are so angry with the person, and then you go to drink poison, waiting for the person to die, which doesn't happen. So forgiveness is a Christian virtue, and I'll entreat that. Pray and ask God to help you to be able to forgive and forget the hurts.
Okay.
Then you'll be able to move on.
So there is another. Some spouses are extremely stubborn, extremely provocative after marriage. Some of their attitudes let the partner cheat. So in the SDA church, if someone is being suspended for cheating, normally the other partner is not exempted from the punishment. Advise the women to be submissive. So they are saying that we should advise women to be submissive. And so
and I also advise the men to love their wives and their wives.
Okay.
And the fact is, the woman, you think that after marrying the person you are cheating with, you will not see the same signs. So it is managing what you have.
Okay.
Manage the weaknesses of your spouse. We need to manage each other's weaknesses, because we all do have one.
But at times I ask myself, when you were going to marry the person, you saw the person an angel. What has now caused the change? And it's something that we should all reflect on.
You didn't see the person an angel. In most instances that I have handled, the person saw signs, what we will call danger signals, and ignored them.
Okay.
Oh, he will change when we get married.
Okay.
It's because we are not yet married. And then you get there and you see exactly the same signs you saw. And that is why I'll tell young people, before you go, you look. Before you go into marriage, make sure of, certain things before.
Okay.
There's no angel. But if you are going in and the person has certain pitfalls, ask yourself if these are pitfalls you are ready to accept.
Okay.
If yes, you go ahead.
Okay. So there is this question. I think next week we'll have time and treat these two. We've not talked about the effect it has on the family. But this person is asking that.
And also the person who is in the
act,
what he needs to do to he or she needs to do
yes,
to get
somebody
out.
have asked the question, apart from prayers, what are the other alternative means of doing away with cheating, and can someone who is addicted to cheating stop at all?
Exactly
So
what
next
we
week we'll find my guy sending mobile money to girls. Don't worry, we will talk about. Please, my husband doesn't have any time for me at all. Please, I'm getting fed up. What should I do? Just as we have spoken already. And so because of our time, I will let all of you just wrap up. Just one thing. Let's pick the question, how it came, and then give something to our viewers. He's getting fed up. She's getting fed
because
up.
the husband doesn't have time. The question would be, did he used to have time previously, or has it always been the case?
Okay.
All right. If there was a change along the line, what happened that led to the change? What factors can you look out to and say that it started at this time and these were the things that I started seeing?
Okay.
All right. So this goes to into the examination. There may be a reason. If it isn't his character, there may be a reason. What is the reason? Knowing the reason will help us know what to tell the person.
Okay.
But for now, what I would say is that try to get to like the person's interests.
Very good.
The person is interested in, say, water. Start getting interested in that, and then you can increase the closeness, increase the communication, and somehow you may be able to win him.
Okay. Madam Saki.
Is it to answer the question or wrap up?
Wrapping up. Say something to couples for me.
Okay. What I would say to couples is that we should not forget it is a covenant relationship, and therefore we need to stick by it. I think Pastor even said it right from the onset, that we've gone to vow before God. It may not be an easy journey, but we shouldn't be looking outside our walls. We should look within. And if there are things that need to be straightened, please let us have time for each other. Let us love each other and let us forgive each other, because marriage is all about forgiveness. The moment you stop forgiving, then it ends.
Thank you so much. My dear viewer, it has been a wonderful time with you at this moment. We have learned a lot about the cheating, how to manage a cheating spouse. It's not easy. Whoever will tell you that it's easy to manage a cheating spouse is not true. It's not easy. But there is one factor that we have all considered, that's the God factor in the marriage. Let's try as much as possible and get closer to Christ. I always say that the best way we can survive in this sinful world with our marriage is to wrap ourselves in the authority of Christ. That is the only way to go. And the Holy Spirit will engulf us to the point that we can't just do anything but just to love. Love and love and love. And love will become so sweet. In fact, it is sweet to love. And when you receive love, that is the best heaven you can ever have. So let's forgive, as we are saying. Let's wrap ourselves in the authority of Christ. Let the Holy Spirit engulf our hearts. And the way forward, let's leave it to Christ. He himself will amend our relationship for us. Until then, next week, it is me, your Mrs. Betty Adom, your usual host. And I had Pastor Josiah Andor with us, and then Madam Saki. Grace Saki, they were here to support us in talking about how to manage a cheating spouse. Come next week, we'll see to meet you once again on the same area so that we'll be able to exhaust this issue. Until then, stay blessed, be patient, get closer to God, and we can make it. Amen.
Hope Channel.